This video is going over the Rise of Goblin, so if you like, sub Pussy Laker. Like a lot of us when we were 12-year-olds, we were watching a lot of Call of Duty videos and a lot of YouTubers. Just like us, Goblin was watching a lot of YouTubers that make Call of Duty videos, like the people in Optic, FaZe, and a lot of commentary YouTubers like White Boy 7th Street, Hutch, Wings of Redemption. Being inspired by these people, he would make a clan with his childhood friends named DCM, where they would make Call of Duty videos and montages. Like all good shit, it must come to an end eventually. After his friends group clan died out in high school, Goblin would start making solo videos on a channel about BO2 tips and like other commentary stuff and that shit. But off of those videos, he actually would get a network deal. The network's name being Yakuza. This was big back then because you actually needed a network to make ad revenue on YouTube back then. During this time, he would join a lot of clans and actually would later on join Doom Clan. After a while uploading every day, Goblin ran out of ideas for COD content. At the same time, he was getting into drinking and smoking, so he thought he'll make content about it. Put some gameplay in the background, talk like most commentaries do, but he'd be talking about some crazy shit and talk about drugs, and that's what made him different. So a lot of Goblin's old OG videos have been taken down, so I can't speak on them. But his first video on his YouTube channel is Goblin is Back, where he talks about coming back and why he left, saying that some personal stuff was going on in his life that made it really hard for him to upload on YouTube, and he was wasting time. He wanted to like go out and have fun. He wasn't having fun with YouTube anymore, so he quit. But in the video, he says he's coming back and he's gonna make completely different type of content.
Didn't really feel like making videos. I was like, you know what? It's summer. Fuck it. I'm just gonna take a break, right? That wasn't really such a good idea. I kept saying that I was gonna come back to YouTube, and I never did until now. And I don't know. I didn't feel like uploading over the summer because I wanted to have fun, and YouTube was fun, but I felt like it was too much work, and I didn't want to do any work over the summer. I just wanted to straight up chill out and just kind of do what I wanted. That's really what I did. And then, you know, just I had a lot of personal stuff going on over the summer, which I don't really want to share over this video. Just a lot of, I don't know, a lot of like personal stuff that kind of got in the way of YouTube and stuff like that.
But after that first video, there's a skips and date, of which I'm assuming is old content from which he was making Call of Duty videos, and some taken down from YouTube community guideline strikes after he switched to story videos. Also, during the time where uploads are sporadic, you can actually see that Goblin joined Doom Clan. And during this time, Doom Clan actually had some hype around their name. So Goblin, even back during the day when he wasn't making as much storytime videos, had some hype around his name. And around this time, Goblin would actually take a break from YouTube. And you probably think it's him just getting bored of YouTube and probably like stop for a little bit, but actually it was something way more serious than that. Goblin would get sent to rehab for 5 days, and now I'm not going to go over why he got sent to rehab because I would rather you go watch his videos instead of like me telling you. So if you want to go find out why he got sent to rehab, go watch his rehab series on his YouTube channel. Crazy and true story, 4 hours after Goblin got out of rehab, he would start the first video in the rehab series, and actually later on he would retell this story with way more details. After he got out of rehab, he would actually go crazy on the content, uploading multiple times a week. The content he made in 2016 is the foundation of Goblin's YouTube career. Some of my favorite YouTube videos came out during this time, like smoking moon rocks and getting high on NyQuil. Those videos are a hoot and a holler. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention the Band from Walmart short series. That shit's a hoot and a holler as well. This type of fire content would continue into 2017 as well. While Goblin was making these classics of videos, he was going through it. Because of the rehab thing, he was in probation, which means he wasn't smoking no weed, but he was still doing some drugs, but weed was out of the picture. But because he wasn't smoking no weed, he could make money off selling weed because he wasn't smoking his own supply, which would help fund other drugs for Goblin like acid, ketamine, and shit like that. But something else would happen to Goblin in 2017 that was really tragic. A death of a very close friend named Ashton, and as a fan it was sad to see because Goblin told so many stories about Ashton, and Ashton was like a main character for a lot of stories for Goblin, and that shit was just really sad to see. And after going through all of that, Goblin would keep uploading and keep going on, and would actually switch up his thumbnail styles. Now you're wondering why I would point this out, but most of these videos with the new thumbnail style would actually be in his most popular videos, like buying weed online, getting high on Robitussin, and getting head on acid, which are still in his most popular videos today. Now going into 2018, Goblin would go back to his old thumbnail styles, which had no impact on his views. In fact, Goblin would have some of the biggest videos in 2018. 2018. Like first time doing ketamine, which has 500k, and a video named the worst guy I ever smoked with 1 million on it, which is crazy for someone who's definitely not getting pushed by YouTube. I also want to mention a little Twitter beef Goblin had with Keemstar. It would start out by Goblin tweeting out, "Excuse me, D-Ranker, could you please explain why you stole my thumbnail?" Showing that he blatantly just stole an easy made thumbnail. And then Goblin would tweet out that he got actually YouTube to take down the video. And this is where Keemstar comes in. This D-Ranker guy and Keemstar are actually friends, so Keemstar had to come to the rescue for this guy. Keemstar replying to all this saying, "Nick, you better remove that strike. It's a gross abuse of the copyright system and you can lose your channel for this. If the strike is not removed today, I'm contacting my YouTube reps." Now what's weird about that is Keem called Goblin by his real name, Nick. Now there's only one connection I can really think about, is that Keem is an investor in Doom Clan at one point. And that might be it, but I could be wrong. Back to the Twitter beef. Goblin would reply with a classic. Now, 2019 was going to be a rough year for Goblin, but one good side is that he actually hit 100k in 2019, and would make a video thanking everybody that he hit 100k.
I've been doing YouTube since I was 12 years old, like I'm 20 now, I've been doing this for 8 years, and I've, even though I've been slacking on the uploads lately, I have over 500 videos on this channel alone, and I've had channels before this one. I made this one in 2013. I've been doing this since I was a little kid, and doing this for a living is, it was basically my childhood dream.
But also during this time, one night on live he would get drunk, and after that live he decided he wanted to get some food. But as we all know, drinking and driving is a bad idea, so he got into an accident, which in turn fucked up everything he had going. He got charged and he had to pay fines, but he also got kicked out of his mother's house for real this time. And as a broke 20-year-old, what are you supposed to do? And this later on would be the start for the Trap House Tales series he would upload in 2020. Also, during the summer of 2019, Goblin would go heavy on the coke, which would lead to one of his most popular series on his YouTube channel, The Coke Chronicles, where he would tell stories from his 2-month-long coke binge during the summer of 2019. I'm not going to go over the series in detail, so if you want to go watch it, go over to his YouTube channel. I have it linked in the description. If you have watched the Trap House Tales series, you know that Goblin was in a situation where he had nothing. He was in a house alone, hours away from his home, no money, no car. By the end of 2019, Goblin would be down bad. In 2020, he would have to grind his ass off to get back up. And he would do exactly that. By doing promotions on his YouTube videos and doing promotions on his Instagram story, he would get enough money to get a new car, not a new car, but a BM car, and sign a lease for a house. I would show you the house, but Goblin's actually taking down the video, so I can't show you the tour. But let me tell you, the house was nice. As we all know, in 2020, the world shut down because of COVID-19, and with that brought a lot of people in their house doing nothing and watching YouTube, which brought new viewers to a lot of people, and that included Goblin. And this type of growth would actually continue into 2021 as the world was still locked down. And during this time, he would actually get his most popular video called Crashing Online Classes by Hitting My Bong. At the time, crashing Zoom classes was a very poppin' video idea, and that's what led to the crazy amount of views on this video. Also in 2021, Goblin would have a problem with one of his sponsors named Glebe. Glebe, the Gravity Bong company, would try to cut Goblin out of his money because of their own fuck up, which led to Goblin making a video called Why I Cut Ties with Glebe.
Long story short, for those of you guys who don't feel like listening to the whole thing, basically, they tried to cut my commission without telling me and fuck me in the mouth to save them money during a sale. But we'll get further into it.
Where's Goblin at now? Well, he's killing it on YouTube right now. He's doing bigger numbers than ever. He hit 600k on YouTube. He just went on the No Jumper podcast. He's been on the Dope as Yoda's podcast multiple times. He's doing stuff with Pine Park. He just launched his own line of grinders with Cubis. Also launching his own podcast named the Gobcast, and being a founder in a company named Fumo with Eric Conn, the founder of Cubis. So I think Goblin's doing pretty well for himself right now. I want to say before the video ends, I'm sorry if I missed anything, but if you like the video, sub and like, and peace.
Just like a soccer muscle, please send me the Addy. I said we might just tap in, but that should be too nasty. I've been eating good, eating like I'm Patty the Batty in the city, feeling classy.